So other than that, good thing about football season, man, it's coming at a perfect time because we are so deep into election season. And I don't know. I watched the RNC. I watched the DNC. I'm not a political guy. I don't know enough about it. Shouts out to Angel Reese, who basically said, I don't know enough about politics. They asked her about the DNC being in Chicago and stuff, and she was like, look, I'm not going to sit here and talk politics, and I'm not an expert. It's like me talking politics is like me talking curling. I don't know anything about that sport. It's like me talking, rhythmic gymnastics. I know nothing about it. So I don't get into it, but I am going to vote. I am an American. It's just, this is not a strong year. Like, when you watch the RNC and the DNC, it's like, I think it would be more interesting because basically it's a love fest. No matter what you say, I'm here for a better America. I'm here to make a change. Crime's going to go down. Better food, better education. It's the same shit every 4 years, verbatim. And the crowd's acting like these people are saying some monumental shit that we've never heard. You know what would be more interesting on these conventions? Have everyone that was booked for the RNC, every speaker, every politician, every entertainer, and then have every speaker, politician, and entertainer that was booked to speak at the DNC switch, and don't tell them. Just have everyone that was going to perform at the RNC speak at the RNC. They got to speak in front of the DNC crowd, and everybody at the DNC got to speak in front of the RNC crowd. That would be interesting. That Showtime at the Apollo on cocaine. That's what I want to see, because I tune in so fast. Because if you can get through that without getting booed, and if you could somehow get them on your side, kind of like Drago did. I'm sorry, kind of like Rocky did in Rocky IV when he was fighting Drago, and they hated him. And then by the end of the fight, they loved him. That would be more interesting to me. Can you see Little John at the RNC? Okay! Hulk Hogan talking smack about Kamala at the DNC, and see, because you know some of them Democrats have been watching wrestling. And that would be a hard thing for them to turn on Hulk Hogan. To me, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. And I get so sick of these entertainers, celebs, whatever you want to call them, saying they're going to leave the country if Trump gets elected or if Harris gets elected. I'm like, no, you're not. Shut up. And by the way, how full of yourself that you think people care? Like, do we really care if Lil Pump moves out of the country? No. Like, oh no, Lil Pump's gone. I think maybe John Legend, and I like John Legend a lot. He's always been nice to me and everything, but even when he said he's going to move out, I'm like, John, come on. It's not that deep. It really isn't. Your life is not going to shit over who wins the presidency. I mean, it's just not. We put too much on it. And granted, your life could be easier. You could pay less taxes. I don't know. It's just not a huge deal to me. I don't get how people get so emotionally invested. Like, yeah, I'm rooting for somebody, or I want this person to win, but it's not like if Trump or Harris wins, I'm going to be like, oh my God. I think personally, Trump wins, it's better for my pocketbook as far as taxes goes. And then if Harris wins, it's just, I think she's probably a nicer person, and it's probably definitely better for my quote-unquote fan base. Like, I really think if Harris is in, I got a shot at getting invited to the White House. I got a shot at performing or doing something for her. So for me, for selfish reasons, yeah, I definitely would want Harris over Trump. For tax purposes, I would want Trump over Harris. I'm just taking everything else out of it. Taking their personalities out. I'm taking their track history, all of it. Just from what I know, the little bit I know about politics, Trump's better for my pocketbooks and taxes, but Harris is better for my probably career. I would have a shot to actually meet people in her circle. I don't think, although I did see Trump went on Theo Von's podcast, Dana White set that up. I was like, man, that's huge. That's huge to have like the former president that's running for president in the middle of the election to get on a podcast like Theo Von's. And I see it's doing crazy. Where's it at right now? It's doing, let's see. I'm going to go to YouTube and see how many it's got as of now. I ain't doing Cat Williams' number, but it's doing numbers. Here it is. It's at 11 million views. And let's put that into perspective for someone like Theo Von, who great podcaster. His two biggest podcasts. Wow, he's got, okay, I take it back. That dude's pushing crazy numbers. So Joe Rogan's his biggest one 2 years ago. He's got 22 million. And then that makes sense. A comedian with another comedian. And then Donald Trump's second already. It's only been up less than a week. And it's already got 11 million. So it's got a shot at taking over Rogan eventually. Tucker Carlson's third with 10 million. And then Louis C.K., 9.4 million. Shane Gillis, 8.5 million. Neil deGrasse Tyson, 8.1 million. Not to be confused with Mike Tyson. Then you got Shane Gillis again, 7.9 million. So, yeah, Shane Gillis is giving Theo Von some numbers, bro.